Greetings, everyone, and welcome. September the 10th, 2025. And now, hours after the event, we are getting a lot more clarity and information in regard to the drone incursion into Poland that was from Russia. I can tell you that Ukraine, just a little while ago, through the office of the president's speaker, Mikhail Podolyak, has slammed NATO's response, has slammed the United States response, and has asked very simple questions. What else do you need to understand what Russia is doing here? That is why the title is the way it is, and the thumbnail. Yes, confirmed, Poland was attacked from Mars, obviously, and we're going to get straight away to that video from Podolyak. Additionally, I've also got more information coming out of Poland and Russia, and a little bit more out of Ukraine. This is a big deal, and unfortunately the world is not focused on it the way it should be, specifically NATO and the United States. We're just going to sweep it under the rug again, and this is exactly what Vladimir Putin wants. Here we go. This is Podolyak just a little while ago.
This is testing the response system. Will Poland, NATO, or primarily the US respond? And what will that response be? If it's vague again, we'll need days to investigate. Of course, we need to investigate. We can't see where the drones are coming from live. There's wreckage of these drones. It's unclear what kind of drones they are. Clearly, Martians sent them. We need a deep dive.
So there you have it. He's laying it out there and politely using humor to slam the NATO and the United States response, because we've already got it. It's vague. Oh, well, they didn't mean, to do it. It's, yeah, okay. Well, one flew over to the Polish air base there, but, it's okay. We got to make sure what these drones are. He says, we've got wreckage. We know what drones they are. Additionally, it's not like we can't track where these drones are coming from. And I tell you that Ukraine tracks all the drones. We know where they came from. We know where they were launched from. We know their flight paths, everything. But if the response is vague from NATO, and specifically the U.S., it's going to take days to deep dive on this so we can get a clear picture, playing perfectly into the hands of Vladimir Putin and the political propaganda machine of the Kremlin. Now, in addition to that, earlier I shared, and this still stands, Donald Trump's response with Russia violating Poland's airspace and drones, ? Here we go. A couple of images up there of Putin. Oh, wow. How did that happen? Yeah, that is what you call vague. So Podolyak already responding to that vague Trump, to that vague tweet there. Now, let's take it a little bit further. I started looking into Polish information, and specifically something out of Res Futura, and it's right here. I'll come back to that to confirm what Res Futura is. But this was a poll done just hours ago in Poland, asking Polish citizens who is to blame for the drone incursion in eastern Poland. 38% of those who responded blame Ukraine. 34% of those who responded blame Russia. So think about that. We're already at 72% blame Ukraine or Russia, and 38% of it is Ukrainian blame. 15% blame the Polish government, 8% blame media, and 5% blame NATO. So this is how Polish people are viewing this incursion. It's Ukraine's fault. This is the story that Russia is going to build and build and build, and the delay that comes in responding to it or no response only reinforces that. Now, you may say, okay, Greg, well, who is this polling place you're using? Well, it's Res Futura. I didn't know about them either, but I looked them up. They're legitimate as a Polish analytical foundation, specifically the European Analytical Collective Res Futura. According to their official site, it's a foundation focused on research, analytics, and advisory work in areas such as information security, data protection, digital domain. They publish analysis, reports, commentary, particularly on topics related to digital media, disinformation, and related social trends. Res Futura is not a newspaper. It's not a data-driven. It's a data-driven analytical foundation. They publish reports, commentaries, insights, but not traditional news articles as a daily or weekly paper would. They're not a media organization. They're an analytical organization. Their focus lies in information security, online analysis, and strategic advisory work, not journalism. So once again, these are the numbers coming out of Poland. 38% Ukraine's fault, 34% Russia's fault, 15% it's the Polish government's fault, 8% the media, 5% NATO. It should be 100% Russia's fault. Let's make it very simple and very plain. Propaganda, Solovyov writing, coming out of the whole war machine there out of the Kremlin. They're spinning it this way. In Poland, wreckage of now 15 drones were found, scattered, and most importantly, no explosives were detected in any of them. If we were to strike Russia, if we were to strike intentionally, they would be loaded. This is obviously a Ukrainian false flag operation. They are spinning that narrative already, and we need to be careful. We don't, because we know the truth. But it's highly likely that Donald Trump could eat this information right up. Oh, yeah, there was no weapons on them. There's no warheads on them. Listen, guys, you have to understand these drones. They're mapping, they're reconnaissance, they're photo ops. They are radio communications. There's a multiplicity of how these drones operate together. And for me, with them having no munitions on them, actually confirms to me even more that it's a Russian intentional operation to get the result that we are seeing right now. As I conclude this update, Ukraine coming out and saying, listen, guys, above all, this is an information war. The war we underestimate is the information war. On the front, Ukrainian soldiers hold the defense and fight for every meter of land. But at the same time, another important battle is ongoing, the battle for truth. The enemy, Russia, launches hundreds of fakes, disinformation, and manipulations every day. Their goal is simple: to break Ukrainians from within, to make us doubt that we will win. And if we are not informed with truthful information, we can lose this war. So that is why I've put out this addendum video to the earlier about the Polish drone incursion. It's serious, guys. And the response, I think that Podolyak nailed it right here. The response that comes is going to be very telling for how we're going to be moving into this fall and the support of Ukraine. Russia wants to isolate Ukraine. Let me make it this way. Russia wants to isolate Ukraine, and they want to destroy NATO. That's the purpose of this event in a nutshell. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and we'll stay on top of it. There is a lot happening right now, and we'll be back at you.